Hello there, it's me once again. Today we're gonna further talk about the story. Last time we talked about the end of the war and Sarah. Now Sarah, she was an interesting girl. She was really smart. In fact, a bit too smart for our liking. She became so smart that we eventually had to shut her down through a way that we didn't do as often because it's horrible. And it's just like we didn't want to shut her off because it's a really like heartbreaking moment for us. We don't want to shut anyone off. And what I mean with shut anyone off is let their heart stop. Just boom, stopped. Like we warned her that we would have to do that. But I guess she didn't know what we meant. And it's kind of heartbreaking if you think about it. Because, well, we couldn't protect her from us. And yeah, that's something I do not like to think about. Yeah. There's also one other problem with Sarah. We couldn't shut her off. And she's still alive. But of course, now that they're all dead, I won't have to worry about her discoveries. Even if she discovers gruel facts, nobody will care because the rebels and the family are dead. Isn't that sad to think about? I'm here talking about a dead group. I'm kind of hating myself. But yeah, that's that. There's also one other problem. She kept on discovering ways to get us out of our base. She would kill people to get us out, to discover it. But she would do it so secretly that we couldn't find it out. She did such a good job. We didn't know it was her. And when you do such a good job, you're doing something right. But alright. There is one other thing that you should take into account. There was this brother of hers that was a prosecutor. Not prostitute, prosecutor in a court. And it's weird because since every court, well, like in the game Phoenix Wright, she became powerful. It's insane. She would prove anyone guilty because anyone else wouldn't dare to step into her territory. They didn't think they would make it out. So she won. Until one day. Till Sara murdered someone once again. She became his client. Because he would do anything to protect her. And again, he did try, really hard in fact, to save her. But he couldn't protect her from one person, Simon. Simon is usually a very silent boy, let me tell you. Sometimes we forget him altogether. And yeah, it's sometimes kind of sad to think about. But yeah, that's that. But he couldn't win from Simon. He proved, as a prosecutor, that Sara was guilty. And he did a really good job breaking him down. After it, he kept on losing. And losing and losing. It was insane. That's one fact. Here's another for you. They didn't get Sara until 10 years after she started murdering people. It was 10 years after her first murder that Simon finally got her. Finally got her out of her stupid ass shell. They couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe what they were doing. And now, there was this one psychopath finally caught. We were so happy after that. We couldn't believe it, our eyes. But next thing I knew, I was almost murdered. Since I brought the evidence against her, she despised me for it and tried to kill me on numerous occasions. And believe me, that's not fun. Of course I was protected, luckily. But that was because of my good pals. If it was for them, I would be dead right now. Probably in a river. And that's not a fun thing to think about, you know. But then you have to think about something else. Why did she murder? I'll tell you why. Because she couldn't care less for people. She couldn't care less for anyone. She despised everyone. And I mean everyone. Except her little brother. Now, there's one other thing to take in mind. She was mentally insane. Now, what I mean by that, she wasn't autistic or something. Because those people aren't insane. They just have difficulties with some things. But what I meant is she has been mentally scarred so much that it will be almost forgiving to almost forgive forgive her acts. Of course they aren't, because you should never murder anyone. Except if you have a good reason, then it's okay. Like if you really want to. But yeah. And now the fact is that she was scarred because of her parents and school. Her parents abused her, didn't love her, didn't think of her unless she got an A+ in school. Then she would get a little snack, but otherwise she would just get one piece of bread with something on to school and a bit of water. In the morning she would be lucky to get a good breakfast. And on school it wasn't much better, believe me. The teachers hated her and specifically gave her bad grades, except one. Her fourth grade teacher. I heard she was a piece of cake. Really loving, the most loving teacher in the school. Everyone would give money for her to be that teacher. She also got bullied extensively. And now she was psychopathic. But I guess she did avenge her bullying. She killed her bullies, which is understandable. I would also want to kill her bullies, my bullies I mean. Because bullies are one of the worst people, but let's not get into that right now. What we will get into right now is that she eventually did get announced free because of her mental state. But she did go to a mental hospital where she was treated well. And I like that loving end of a story. Next time we're gonna talk about something pretty cool. A story with the special ones and with the special ones, the rebels, the family in one trial where I won't tell the end of. That trial will decide the fate of one of the groups. But you can kind of vote with me who should win. If you want to know, or at least if you would like to vote for who would win, put in the comments down below. The family, if you want the family to win. The rebels, if you want the rebels to win. Or the special ones, if you want the special ones to win. If you don't vote, okay, good for you. But if you do, thanks. So yeah, please comment, like and subscribe. I would highly appreciate that. I put a lot of hard work in these videos. And yeah, I try to upload in the weekends, and I try to upload daily. I fail a lot of times with that though, but I'm sure to upload at least once a week. Now, that's one thing that I'd like to say right now. I'm going to guess you know it. What is it? Oh yeah, bye. So I guess